I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. Baby, you can give it something. Baby, I do it all the time.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kia. Today's video, by the title you can tell, it's going to be a story time. And this story time, this happened a while ago, but y'all, I promise you, I still think about it till this day. It's still considered one of the worst weekends of my entire life. Like, one of the worst. I will never forget it. This, y'all know when y'all got them certain incidents that happen in your life and you just know, like, when I grow up, I'm gonna tell my kids this story. This is one of those. Okay, so, but I'm not gonna ramble on too much. I'm finna jump right into this story. So, this was my senior year of high school, and I had a car. Now, at my high school, I went to a ghetto high school that didn't have driver's ed. They didn't have driver's ed, so I had a car with no permit, no license, nothing. So, but I had a car. So my mama was really strict on when I can drive the car, where I can go, how long I can drive, what time I can drive. Like, she was really strict on it. So one weekend, I was just like, I was in the house bored, and I was just like, you know, Mom, one of my friends is having a hotel party. I really want to go. I don't have a ride, so can I drive? I promise I'm going to be there before the sun goes down, and then I'm going to be there before the sun go down, and I'm going to park the car so you don't have to worry about nothing happening. Now, her reasoning was, you know, of course, at night, you got more drunk drivers than usual. I didn't have a license, so she didn't want me to have no run-ins with the police. So it's just like, once the sun go down, park the car. So she agreed to letting me see the car. So she agreed to letting me see in the car. And then, y'all, my mama, I wouldn't say she was strict, but she was on me. Like, she didn't play. She was right now I'll call it a Karen parent. But back then, she was a motherfucking hater. That's what she was. So anyway, I had showed her what I wanted to wear. Prior to this day, she already had told me that that dress was too grown. I couldn't wear it because that's around the time where Agassi was popping, and I had bought the dress while she wasn't with me. So when she seen it, she was just like, no, you can't wear that dress. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So me, what I used to do growing up was I would leave out the house one way, but I would have a bag with my real clothes in there, and I would just change, like, whatever. So, of course, I packed my bag up, and I went to the hotel party with, you know, a nice look, appropriate outfit. So I get to the hotel party, change my clothes, put on this bad dress, y'all, this real bad dress, cut out on the sides, like, short. I put on some heels, like, had a whole new wardrobe. So I get there, you know, we having a nice time. Of course, it was co-ed, so, and a lot of the people was older than me because the hotel party I was going to was my my big sister. That's still my sister to today, and I love her. It was her birthday. I was I was a senior, so she had already graduated. So these were college students. So I go to the hotel party, and when we get there, of course, we doing what teenagers do, and we get too loud. So once we get too loud, they kick us out the hotel. Now, man, y'all, I have my car there. It's just supposed to be parked. So, of course, I wasn't going to call my mama and tell her we got kicked out the hotel. Me and my friends had got in my car, and we went to the hood. Now, this around the time where, if you from Chicago, you know, this was around the time where we was having fifis. Now, fifis are parties where everybody meet on the same block. You get out your car, you sitting on your car, you standing on your car, you standing on the sidewalk. The music blasting, can't nobody get through the block. Like, everybody on the west side just meet. We play some real loud music, everybody dancing, like it's just a meetup spot, and we called it fifis. Like, we was just having parties, random parties outside where you call a friend, that friend call a friend, or you post on Facebook or MySpace or whatever and be like, yo, we out here on whatever the case may be. So I'm already knowing there was some fifis going on. So we go to the hood. Now, we go to the hood and we meet at a McDonald's. I'll never forget, we met at the McDonald's on Roosevelt and Casey. If you know, you know. The ghetto is the McDonald's in the world. We meet at the McDonald's, y'all. Not to y'all, it's so many people there, like, so we get out the car, we partying, we dancing, whatever the case may be. And we did a lineup. Now, a lineup is when all the cars there line up behind each other, like kind of like a funeral line. We line up behind each other and we about to meet at White Castle. So everybody get in their cars. Now, when we getting in the car, it's a girl out there that actually went to my school, and she didn't have a ride. Her and her friend didn't have a ride. Now, I knew one of the girls, but I didn't know the other girl. So they didn't have a ride. But you know, the more the merrier. Why not? Boo, come on, jump in. So they get in the car because we all meeting at the next location anyway. So I'm like, all right, come on, y'all get belly in here. So we all get in the car. So we driving. Y'all. So I'm driving up. I think I was driving up like Homer, but I'm not going to really get into the streets because I know a lot of y'all don't know about Chicago streets. But I'm driving up a main street. Now, a van, we call it a Vino, run the red light, and I try to dodge it. Yeah, I ran straight into the light pole. Straight into the light pole. Y'all, when I tell y'all my life flashed before my eyes, I ran right into the light pole, and I hit it so hard. The airbags came out. Like, my door was stuck, and the car was smoking. So my door stuck. I can't get out. Now, I just see the car smoking. And I don't know if I was already on the phone with my baby daddy. It wasn't my baby daddy at the time. It was my boyfriend. I don't know if I was already on the phone with him or he was calling during the incident. So when I'm talking to him, I'm screaming. I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So, long story short, I ended up getting out the car on my own. So by the time I got out the car, we made sure everybody was out the car. My baby daddy and his friends had pulled up or whatever. Now, he comforting me, and I'm just checking on everybody, making sure everybody okay. Like, my adrenaline rushing. You know, when your adrenaline rushing, you don't feel nothing. Like, you just hyped, you amped up. But I'm crying because I'm seeing my car fucked up. One of my friends who was with me, I thought her tooth got knocked because she was just holding her mouth, screaming, crying, but her tooth ended up getting chipped. Another friend, she was on the ground. I didn't know what happened with her. Well, I didn't know what was going on with her at the time, but I was trying to see like what was going on with her. At this point, the paramedics had arrived. I called my mama. I'm calling her, screaming in the phone. I'm panicking because I knew I wasn't supposed to be driving this car. So I'm just panicking. I'm calling her. I'm like, Mom, I had a car accident. I'm here, blah, 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 blah. So she rushed over there, of course. Rushed over to the scene. Took her like 5 minutes, literally, to get there. My friend's mama come up. And at this time, I'm sitting on one of the parked cars that was right there. And I'm crying. I'm talking to one of the girls that was in the car with me. And she just, out of the blue, just fall to the ground and start screaming. So I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what just happened? Remember, y'all, she's standing up. Like, we standing up. We sitting on the car. She trying to calm me down. We just talking. She fell to the ground and just get to screaming or whatever. And I'm like, what's wrong? She got rushed to the hospital. Now, I'm going to get to her in a minute. She got rushed to the hospital. So while we still on the scene, now remember, y'all, I have no license. I have no permit. Not supposed to be driving the car. The car is actually in my grandma's name. So when we at the scene, we like, okay, we gonna lie and say this person was driving, which is one of the girls that I picked up from McDonald's because she had a license or whatever. So I'm thinking everybody know this at the scene, not knowing everybody didn't know. So my mama arrived to the scene, y'all. Arrived to the scene. And granted, her first question was, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Now remember, I'm still crying. I'm hugged up with my boyfriend while I'm crying. And she say, why the fuck you got that dress on? Didn't I tell you not to wear that dress? Baby, I got 2 girls in the ambulance. I got one friend right here with no tooth. I'm fucked up. Like, I still got marks on me from the airbags deployed. Like, all of this going on. And she said, didn't I tell you not to wear that dress? Y'all, if looks can kill, my mom probably would have been dead. I was like, I know. After all this, only thing you thinking about is a dress? Girl. So after she went off on me about the dress, she was like, after she went off on me about the dress, she was like, why are you driving this car? You supposed to be parked. You know, she doing the whole rundown. I give you an inch, you take a mile. And she doing all of that or whatever. So, our main thought process, though, after everything settled in, was to make sure everybody's okay. So, I went up to the hospital. I went up to Mount Sinai to check on everybody. Now, remind y'all, we had told the police that another girl was driving. Baby, we got to that hospital. She was like, who was driving? I ain't driving nothing. I was not. I'm like, oh my God. So I told my mama the truth. I'm like, I was driving. I'm like, but we all had agreed that she was driving. I'm like, because we just thought it would make the situation just a tad bit, you know, better. Like, she had license or whatever. So she said she wasn't driving. So the police end up, so mama, now she ain't gonna play with me, but she gonna, you know, she gonna be on my side. So my mama ended up walking up to, mama ended up telling me, like, when the police come, tell them the reason you lied was because you was scared to get in trouble by your mama. Don't make it seem like you was like lying to the police to, you know, stop a crime. Make it seem like it was about your mama or whatever. So the police come. They put me in handcuffs. So basically, what happened to the girl, she had said something was wrong with her leg. Now, she had said something was wrong with her leg, whatever. And, but the girl who was on the car, who was standing with me, who fell out the blue, she had broke her pelvis bone. And she had to learn to walk again. Like, it was terrible. I felt so bad. Like, I went up to the hospital to see her. Plenty of times I still called and checked on her. And she was in college. So this happened the day before she was supposed to leave to go back to college. Oh, yeah. I felt like shit. So I was dealing with that. So, now I told y'all that my car was in my grandma's name. So when they charged me with lying to the police. They charged me with destruction of the city property. Even though it wasn't my fault. They ran a red light. They charged me with destroying city property. They charged me with driving with no license, no permit. I also lied about one of the girls at the scene. Now, I told y'all I didn't know this girl. So I honestly think that she had, like a warrant out for her arrest. I don't know. But when we was at the scene, we also agreed to say that it was only 5 of us in the car. It was really 6. So we wanted to say, like, everybody, like, you know, it only supposed to be 5 seatbelts. So she like, y'all just say I want in the car. And I don't know what happened with her, honestly. I do not fucking know. But anyway, back to the story. So they charged me with lying. They charged me, well, I guess temporary evidence, whatever that would be. They charged me with stealing a car because I had to lie and say I stole the car from my grandma. Otherwise, my grandma would get in trouble. So I got charged with stealing the car. I hope y'all so much stuff. On top of fighting 5 charges, the girl who I picked up from McDonald's, who I was being nice and let her get in my car, sued me. She was suing me. Yeah, suing me. Now, and there was so much going on with that because it was like, you suing me because, you know, you was saying your leg was sprained and you had to, so I don't even think her leg was broken. I think it was supposed to be like sprained. And she was suing me, steady going through therapy. Now, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you get in an accident in my neck, if you know, you know. So, like, and it was like the following weekend, she was outside in the next person's car, bopping, doing all that or whatever. And people were sending me videos because my friends knew, you know, what was going on or whatever. But she ended up suing me. So, I had to go to court for that. Now, of course, I had Statefarm. Y'all still to this day, Statefarm do not fuck with me. they said if I want them to insure me, I think they gave me a quote of like $600 a month. Bitch, be for real. But anyway, back to the story. So, y'all. Now, so after the incident, my friends would be at my house a lot. So when I had made it home, some of my friends were waiting on me or whatever. And you know, we was sitting in the front room and we was hee and ha and giggling about what had happened. And my mama called me in the room and she was like, you in there hee and ha and I'm in here trying to figure out how the fuck we finna get out of this because you weren't supposed to be driving. The car's in my mama's name, which is my grandma. She was like, and it's funny to you? Like, and I was like, no ma'am. Like, but it was just like, it happened. Like, what else? But like, she was just so like, basically I wasn't taking the situation serious because by me still being like, you know, a minor, everything really fell back on her. Which I understand now or whatever. But it was just like, y'all. The lady grounded me forever. I was grounded forever. So one of my friends that was in the car with me, she wasn't supposed to be outside, period. Wasn't supposed to be outside. She went to school the next day. And when we didn't go to school because our body was sore or whatever, but her parents didn't play. So she still went to school, act like did nothing happen or whatever, because she's supposed to be spending the night at somebody's house. So she still went to school all sore and shit. But when our parents called the school to tell them that we're going to be missing a few days because we had gotten in an accident, and you know, they want to make sure everything was okay. Of course, my school, y'all, I went to North Londale. North Londale did not play. They got down to the nitty gritty. They wanted to know everything about you. So they wanted to know who all was in the car. And they named her, and they pulled her out of class and told her parents what went on. And her parents had to, of course, she had to tell them the whole story that she was outside. Well, they found out because there was outside police reports, like it was a lot going on. So she was grounded. Yeah, I never been punished that long in my life. I was on punishment for the whole winter, literally the whole winter. I was on punishment for the whole winter. I was going, so they sued me, but of course I was insured by State Farm. Well, my mama was insured by State Farm. However, when State Farm was basically on my side, they had me like a lawyer. I had to go over with the lawyer. Like, it was just a lot. And what else happened? So long story short, I had ended up going, so I was going back and forth to State Farm. They was, you know, basically prepping me to take the stand and all of that. And yes, y'all, the girl who sued me, she got her a nice little lump sum. But that was just so selfish to me because I gave you a ride. I could have just let you walk. You know, like out the kindness of my heart. So, anyway, that was my senior year. When I tell you that whole time, I was miserable. I couldn't do nothing. Like, nothing. My mama was so mad at me. I didn't have no car. Like, I was just like, I was over it. So we went back and forth to court. Trial finally came, and all my beautiful friends supported me at trial. And shit, they called my name. Long story short, they ended up throwing the case out. Because by the time I went to court, I had ended up getting my permit. Ended up, I think I probably did like some community service hours, like to show them that I've been, you know, being a good kid. And yeah, that was like the worst weekend of my freaking life. I want any more story times, let me know. I'll try to do some more research. We have a lot of story times, a lot. Because before I had a daughter, I was young and reckless. Like literally, young and reckless. I didn't care. Well, now you know I ain't got no cucumbers. That's how they ask me. How they ask me to the store is ask me, do I have this? You know I ain't got no cucumbers. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this short story time. And I'll be doing more story times because I see y'all really like my story times. I know this one was just like really short and mild, but I'm gonna be doing another story time because I've had a lot going on growing up. Like I went through a lot. But yeah, I'll tune in with y'all later. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much. We're on the road to 10K. Yeah. And I'll tune in with y'all later. Bye.
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your